Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of the Get Hitched live wedding chat show. Today, our special guest is Charlene Spiteri. She is one of the directors at Luxe Limos, Malta. This is going to be one of our first episodes that we're going to be discussing transport, cars, and anything with that relation for weddings and events. As usual, my name is Alberta. Thank you for watching the show, and I'm just going to invite Charlene in. Let's just give her a second. Cool.
Hi.
Hi, Charlene.
Hi, Alberta. How are
How are
you?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm fine, thanks. Fine, thanks.
Super, super. How's your day been so far?
Okay, very good today. Yeah.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much for taking the time to be on the show with us today. I am excited to have a transport discussion today for weddings and events because I do think that when you're coming to look for cars with related to weddings, like there's a lot of things that people don't really know about. Like something I didn't know about is that you have to actually get a car for the priest, for example,
Exactly,
which
exactly.
is
Yes, yes.
an important thing. Um,
Uh-huh.
so before we go into all the topics, perhaps you just want to introduce yourself, who you are, and how you came about to coming into Lux Limos.
Okay, so we're Luxe Limos, located in Canary Road in Army. We provide the latest chauffeur-driven cars and limos in Malta. We cater for different events which require modern transportation, being weddings, house parties, birthdays, anniversaries, anything that requires modern transportation, we're here. So,
Amazing, amazing. And you have some quite cool cars. I mean, you go from limos to Chryslers, American
yeah.
models, the latest Mercedes. You even have a pink limo, right?
Yes, yes.
Cool.
It's a pink limo. It's the latest one in Malta. Used for different events. I will explain to you later about that. Um, um, it all started with our passion for cars, and it started from there. And here we are today.
Very good, very good. I want to go in straight away into the next topic. So, how long have you been in the industry? And I know Lux Limos is quite new,
Yeah.
specifically in weddings, but you guys have a lot of background. You have quite a big history.
Yeah, yeah. We've our staff has been into this industry for quite a long time now, and over the years, our experience enabled us to always improve on the existing and exceed our customers' expectations with unforgettable journeys, especially on the big day. So it's our main target of having a memorable day, and transportation should be as smooth as possible in our opinion, with the latest cars possible. And that's what we provide to our couples.
Cool, cool. I think I find it quite cool, driving up to your wedding day and you're like in a white or a pink limo and you're all. And I think it's quite convenient as well because you have one vehicle that's going to transport the whole team. So really,
Exactly,
with two
exactly,
limos
yes. We
and a few
usually
cars.
separate the bride and the grooms when it's a church wedding. We separate them from home to church usually. But yes, couples tend to save up on other cars because our limos take up to 12 people for the white one. So like that, you're cutting down costs from other cars.
Yes,
Okay.
okay.
Then when it's at a big wedding, we opt for Chryslers behind the limo and these things, American cars. Yeah, depends on how many guests you will have and relatives that want to want us to take from home to church, for
Yeah.
example.
Okay. And what is the normal trend? Do they go for limos? Do they go for like an American classic sort of? Is there something more popular always with the men and something more popular always with the ladies?
Yes, yes, there is a tendency. Yes, we have the American Raptor, which is very popular for the groom. We take the groom from home to church, for example, with that, and sometimes it's also used for going away.
Okay.
Okay, and for going away, we also have, for example, Nissan Skylines, Dodge Challenger. Um, um, it all depends on what the couple wish. Okay, so when the couple comes here, we always ask them, what do you wish? How do you want to go forward? We offer them what we what we suggest, and then it's all in their hands. Okay.
Okay. All right. And can you just help them when they're looking for something modern, or can you also help them when they're looking for something vintage or
No,
classic?
no. In our case, it's all modern.
All
Anything
modern.
that's modern, yes.
All
Yes.
right. Okay,
Okay.
super. Since you were saying like keeping everything in a smooth process and trying to please all the brides to be and the grooms to be, what are the main challenges that you face in the industry?
Okay. So apart from COVID, you mean, and rescheduling all the weddings, so basically scheduling a peak season is always a challenge. Okay. What
Okay.
really helped us is that we're seeing a shift towards afternoon weddings rather than the traditional evening Saturday ones, for example. Some churches, when it's a church wedding, they are offering the possibility of doing the church mass starting at an earlier time. So
Okay.
that really helped a lot in our case. Um, uh, then there are the challenges we face on the day. That is traffic, for example. If you find some road maintenance, we plan ahead. We go even on the day to check these things because passing with a Chrysler, for example, or Mercedes, it's one thing, but you have to pass with a limo, so that requires some planning beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And I'm sure
some
everyone will be out and about. So even if there's something last minute, like there's a roadworks that are not mentioned on the Transport Malta website, then you guys are gonna know about it. So
yes,
you'll be sure so that there's no I mean, you don't want the bride arriving late, basically, to the church, for
exactly,
example.
exactly.
Like,
Yes,
where's the
we
bride?
do
Where's the
some.
bride? She didn't show up. Oh no.
Exactly, exactly. No, we do always do our best for these things not to happen. It's being punctual is one of our rules. It's a must for us, and we do have people, for example, outside just before, for example, an event, an important event like a wedding, to check these things. So couples
Okay.
should put their mind at rest on the day. So,
Tayyip, tayyip. No, that's very good to hear because sometimes, there is a certain worry for a bride or a groom. I
uh-huh.
mean, you've planned all these things and then you're going closer to the date and you want to just feel reassured that the supplier you've chosen is
Exactly.
going to cater for it from start to finish. It's not in their hands anymore. It's in your hands.
Yeah, yeah, very important. Yes. Uh-huh.
Cool. Cool.
These things
Uh,
do happen, sometimes do happen in the last minute, but when you plan ahead, you have a little bit more time, you're not time restricted. That's
yeah.
even better.
Yeah, yeah. We do have quite a few people watching. So I do want to say a quick shout out, like thank you for watching the show, guys. And if you have any questions or comments or feedback, please do drop them in, and we'll be able to have Charlene answer your questions, even if it's quantity of cars or how far ahead. For example, this is a question like how far before should a couple look into the transport? Is it something they should start looking into when they're looking at the venue and the catering, or should they leave it more towards the end with the invitations and so on?
Okay, it all depends whether you're okay with any other car or you want the limos. It's a,
Okay.
for example, we personally have weddings booked for 2023 already. They want them, they want the limos, especially if it's a peak season. For example,
Okay.
May and June, if you want the limos, plan ahead so that you won't be disappointed. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So there may be days, for example, when we're available, okay, but we always insist that if you really, really want that, you have to book it before.
All right. And is it something that you allow a car to be booked for two different weddings in the same day, or as much as possible do you stay away from that?
No, we stay away from that, definitely. Sometimes weddings takes longer than predicted. Let's say a traditional wedding, you have 3.5 hours definitely with that. So unless it's an early afternoon wedding, like we had, we don't know. We don't keep more than one wedding for an evening, definitely. One afternoon,
Okay.
one evening, yes, but
Mshak,
definitely no.
mshak, mshak. Okay, cool. And you mentioned COVID. I don't know if you want to talk about this live.
I think
But
a lot of people talked about that. Yes, yeah. So,
I think it's been on everyone's mind, especially the last week.
yeah,
But I mean, of course, it has put some challenges up for you.
yes. Scheduling the weddings, especially in the peak season. for example, into the last wedding fair we had in Taali, we had bookings for peak season this year and next year. So
Okay.
scheduling the couples who postponed by a year on the peak season, yes, proved to be a difficulty for us. But it helped of having earlier weddings in the day. So basically, we
I,
managed. We managed.
I love an early wedding. I mean, you get to see the sunset,
Uh-huh.
you're enjoying the day.
Uh-huh. You
You know,
tend to enjoy it. Yes. Yes. Uh-huh.
I think I only had one during the afternoon last year from all the weddings, and I absolutely loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Even you get to enjoy everything, and everything's more visible. So even the cars,
Uh-huh. True.
there's a
True.
certain light on them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We've seen this shift mainly because of COVID. I mean, couples tend to go for the Saturday evening wedding, okay, or Sunday morning or Sunday evening. But having, for example, weddings on a Friday afternoon or Saturday afternoon next year, yes, there will be, yes, because of COVID. And I think it will turn out better, in my
yeah.
opinion. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
some things will turn out better, definitely.
Super. And okay, so we're talking a lot about weddings, but you guys do cater for any type of event,
Yeah,
right? Staff
yeah,
parties, team building activities, hen parties, bachelor parties. I mean, the list Nasab goes on and on.
yeah, yeah.
Is this most popular with the limos?
Yes, the most popular, yes, it goes with the limos. Sometimes we do have couples who book their pink limo for the hands parties. It's
Okay.
usually an hour ride. We pick them up, take them to the for a ride to the location of their choice. Yes, they are becoming very popular. I mean, most probably you'll only get married once, so might as well do it as it should be, right?
Next way. Exact, exact. And you have the white limo and you have the pink limo.
Yeah.
Apart from color, are there any main differences between the two?
The white limo is a slightly more modern.
Okay.
Even the interior, then the pink limo has a pink interior, even the seats and the bar. And the white limo is more elegant, let's put it that way.
Okay, all right. And now
Okay.
you mentioned bar. Now I'm interested. What
Champagne
are
glasses,
what
lightning,
is
and everything.
included? What is included with the limos when a person is booking the limo normally?
Yeah.
I mean, even if just for an event, is it something that they're booking it for 1 hour? And what are the services included with the limo?
Yeah. We usually pick up people from their preferred locations. We provide champagne during the journey. We also provide other things requested beforehand during the
Okay.
journey. Um, we talk about lanes, whether they prefer to pass by from any particular road or any particular location. Check the number of locations from where to pick up, and then arrive. For example, they tell you to drive them to a restaurant or a club or a hotel. It depends. It always depends.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. And I'm imagining it's the same thing between the pink and the white one
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically
with
the same
regards
thing.
to
Yeah.
service. And do you have any service packages even with the other cars when people are looking to book
Yes,
them?
yes, yes.
Or
We do when we combine, especially the limos with the American cars. Yes, there are special packages for couples. We also have packages depending on how long before they book. It all
okay,
depends on the date and when they decide they literally want the limos. Okay,
okay, amazing.
whether
So
it's a peak season, whether it's not, depends on the day. Anything
cool.
depends on. Yeah.
Thank you for answering all my questions. I know usually my questions are not in the agenda, but I mean, whenever I ask you something and you don't have like, you're not comfortable with answering it, or maybe you want to get a more informed answer, just let me know. And then we'll just put it in the comments if you want to give a more informed answer. I am going to go to the next topic in the agenda, and this is a good one. What makes the service at Luxe Limos unique?
Okay, so when it comes to being unique, you cannot go more modern than this. I mean, when it comes to transportation, we have the latest limos in Malta. It's something different. It's something fun, especially the pink limo. You simply cannot compare it. Okay. When couples especially come here and even other people to book the limos, they're all amazed with their modern interior, for example. It's different. It's something that we've never seen in Malta. Yeah.
Does it get booked, the pink limo, for weddings?
Yes, we do
I
have,
think
yes,
that's
bookings with the
quite
pink
cool.
limo. Yes, yes.
You know, you're
And
thinking it
for example,
outside of the box. Yeah, not always the
yeah,
standard bridal car, the black cars behind it.
no, 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 no. It's all, we tell the couples to stand out, to be different, especially the pink limo when it's a civil wedding. Yeah, it's making a hit. Yeah.
Cool.
For
I like
example,
that.
next year we have one particular that's coming into my mind right now. They're doing the drones, for example, the white limo first, followed by the pink limo, followed by the Chryslers. It would be amazing. So it's different. It's not
Honestly,
even
yes.
even
Yes,
when we're going through the street, you see all the people looking. The
well,
bow,
ma
for
tkun
example.
jonqos, on arrival, there has to be a red carpet. And
Sorry.
on arrival, there needs to be a red carpet.
Yes.
That's all. That's. I know. I think it is very. People stop and look, and it's something that you don't see every day. So you're changing things up. Like, yes, the white bridal car is nice and it's traditional and
Hmm.
it's sought after, But sometimes I think when there are so many weddings happening, I mean, every year in Malta you have 2,500 weddings. So, changing it up and making yourself stand out from
Yes.
the wedding that happened last week or the wedding your friends had last month. I mean, we get weddings in a year, we have like 7 or 8 weddings. Everyone's starting to get married all together. So it's literally venue after venue, you're always seeing the same patterns.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly. And even when you ask yourself, why do you remember that wedding? What was so different? Why did you enjoy it so much? You know, um,
apart
um,
from good
the,
food and good music, you want to be like the wow factor. Like,
yeah,
she came out of this really cool limo.
yes, yes, yes. And we must keep in mind that guests today's, a lot of guests have luxurious cars to come. So you must stand out from them. It's your day, your big day. So, standing out in your wedding is a must,
I
in my
agree.
opinion.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. What is the most important, Mala? What's the most important aspect when you're looking to provide the transport services in weddings and events? Because I know there's a lot of things, but maybe
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
go into them.
Okay, so we start with punctuality. Very, very important. We plan routes way before, like I was telling you earlier on. Um, uh, Reliability. We don't mess
Okay.
up with dates. I mean, when a couple comes for a deposit, that date is safe for themselves. Having uniform drivers, mannered
Yes,
drivers, that's very, very important. Even in the photos, they look beautiful. Um, um, Yes, but we insist especially in punctuality. When
okay.
sometimes we do go to, for example, the bridal house, we're there on time. We know when church mass will start, and the bride is running late. It's not something that we like to see, but it happens.
Yes.
When there's an organizer involved, that's even better because the organizers guide you through. But not being punctual on your wedding day just because of the cars, it's a
No, it's
big
something that you
definite
don't want to
no.
happen on any supplier. I mean, you don't want to
Yeah.
be late because of because any certain service. So I really do like that. So basically, when somebody is booking Lux limos, they're getting punctuality, they're getting
Yeah.
uniformed drivers,
They are getting
well mannered,
reliability. Sorry.
well-mannered drivers,
Yeah.
which sometimes we hear stories and all this. So it's good to know, that
Yeah.
you check, you make sure, because at the end of the day, even if it's mid-August, you want the driver in the background to be,
Definitely. Definitely.
يقعد نقرا so.
So,
Oh, she's sauna. I mean, very, it will be hot. And thank God cars have air conditioning inside.
yes. Yes. Fully air conditioned. Yes. Yes. Definitely.
And you make sure that the client is always happy, right?
Yes. Definitely. That's a must for us. We try to exceed their expectations.
Tajjeb.
Um, um, Sometimes it's difficult to exceed expectations in today's market, but yes, fortunately, till now, we we're going very well. Very well.
Amazing, amazing. And I remember you actually pointing out to me on another time we were talking, that, for example, a person is coming and they're meeting with you and they're booking this particular car. on the day you are actually delivering that car that is booked, not
Yes.
something similar because something happened or whatever, right?
Yes, yes. We show them photos of our cars, and what they see is basically what they get. Okay,
Okay.
we don't show them one car and send a similar one.
طيب.
Okay, what they see here, if they like it, that's what they will have on the wedding day.
طيب.
Okay.
طيب. Very good. Now, this is a question that I see a lot, even just in Get Hitched requests, like how to choose the quantity of guests, like the cars you need based on the quantity of people you have, and all this. Maybe you want to explain it a bit for our viewers.
Yes, yes. So basically, when they find themselves into this problem, we always have a very organized forms over here where we tackle each person individually. The couples, when they come here, they usually get the list themselves,
Okay.
and we allocate ourselves the guests they have on the list. Okay, being families or relatives. Listen, this one goes into the limo, this one goes into another car, on a different car, the priest's car, for example, that you make a car for the priest, solely for the priest.
Or whoever is going to be
Yes,
joining
yes,
you, even in a civil union. It doesn't have to be a church where you're going to have particular
exactly,
priest.
definitely, yes,
Except
yes.
he needs a car as well. No? Yes.
Sorry?
He needs a car as well, I think. Yes.
Yes, sure, sure, sure.
I'm sure this is exactly how I would be when coming to book the car. Say, okay, he's going to need the car. Yes, no. And even if they don't have these people in the list, or maybe they forgot to do the list,
Yes,
you go
even
in
if
and
we can do it here together,
okay.
and even a day before, if these things do happen, they forget, for example, someone we didn't count it. We always have a backup of cars available in that case. I mean,
Okay.
sorry.
Okay. So even if last minute, Mamma mia, I forgot to tell you I need to pick
Yes,
up this
yes, these
person
things
from
do
that.
happen. We plan and plan, but things happen like this, and then I mean. From our side, we always have a backup for these things. Okay, when we see that we're tight with people into the limo or into the cars, we always make sure and we have a backup car just in case something happens. Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Is there something else that you would like to add with this particular point?
Yes, I suggest all the couples to think before who are the people who will be needing transportation. Very importantly, because sometimes they come here and they don't know who is coming. It's quite a big headache. Okay, for
Uh-huh.
these things. But once you get that sorted out, you start imagining it. They come here, and I show them over here. For example, your mom can stay here and your relatives stay in this car. Yes, then it gets better. It tends to get better, and they imagine their wedding, imagining it happening, and then it's okay.
طيب. And have you had to take any precautions even with COVID this year? Um,
Yes, yes, especially when it came to 1 hour rides when they are usually friends of each other, not relatives. Yes, we
uh-huh.
had cancellations from their side. I
Okay.
mean, you can't keep the 2 meter distance in Dilmo. Let's get it straight. So, we send our drivers with masks and visors and have sanitizer in the
Very
limo. You
good.
know what I mean? But there are certain things that, you know, for example, in the pink limo, if there are 13 people, there's definitely not a 2 meter distance. So we could understand that some cancellations happened because of COVID. It's totally beyond our control. The
Yes.
limo is what it is.
Yes. And but there is always ways to look around it, having smaller groups, you know.
Yeah, yeah. We had smaller
Unfortunately,
groups. For example, last week we had a particular 1 hour ride. They were family in a household, quite a big family. They were seven. They went to a restaurant. They had their anniversary, okay, but they still managed to enjoy it, without their friends, by themselves. They did something different, and they still managed to enjoy it.
exactly. Very good. I mean, I would agree completely with that. I mean, yes, it is a difficult time for everyone. Yes, we have no idea what's happening, and we're told one thing one day, the other thing one day, and sort of, yeah, you're trying to understand. Even like today, I was trying to look at the regulations and how weddings have to be kept together and the quantities and the venue spaces. So it is difficult, but we're going to get through this, and we still need to have fun. So we can have as much fun
Yes.
at with family as we usually do with our friends. We might be drinking a bit more with our family during this time. No, I
Yes,
don't.
yes.
I didn't drink alcohol before 2019 with my family,
True, true,
but now they know. So yeah.
true, true.
I'm going to go into the next topic. What advice you'd most like to offer brides to be and grooms to be that are watching the show today?
Okay. Um, um, so our advice would definitely be to stand out. Don't conform with rules. There are no longer any rules apart of going to marry your wife or your husband when it comes to a wedding. Other than that, there aren't any particular rules that you should follow. Okay. The sometimes the most unexpected things turn out to be the best during your wedding. So that's a good piece of advice for, especially for the guests. Keep on remembering your wedding. In our case, we see a lot of smiles during weddings, and you can see that people are enjoying themselves. The most important thing is to enjoy the day as much as possible, as smooth as possible, having transportation as smooth as possible, and we always start with that. Yeah.
Yes, super. All right. The last question we have for you today, Charlene, the future of Lux Limos. I'd love to know what you guys are preparing for in the next years, and perhaps even some new exciting packages or.
Yeah, yeah. In an ever-evolving market, we always keep an eye on the latest limos. Okay, we don't exclude of getting other bigger limos, for example. People do want luxurious limos, and that's one of the most important things when it comes to these things. That's something that makes us work even harder in this industry. We meet people from all walks of life. They tell us what they saw maybe in other countries that's not already in Malta. Yes, but when, let's say in a few years, yes, we will definitely get something bigger, something that's not already in Malta, something different. Yeah.
So you are already looking into getting more latest models of different
Yes.
vehicles
Yes.
to
Yes.
always
Yes.
keep that wow factor up. Cool.
Yes, when it comes to limos, you can't, you simply can't stay, for example, with that limo and that's it. You have to keep with modern limos and I mean, it's an ever-evolving market. I mean, or limos, new ones, there's always room for getting a more modern limo,
Uh-huh.
and we insist on that. Yes.
So yeah, very good. So guys, for everyone watching the show, you're always going to get a modern approach and a modern vehicle with Lux Limos. Punctuality is something that's very important for them. Uniformed drivers, something that I know a lot of people, you don't want your driver coming with a t-shirt at the end of the day, especially on your wedding day when you've spent hundreds or thousands on the proper attire for you to come up on your big day, and then there's going to be this guy in the background, waiting by the car.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
jew xi ħaġa, taf kif. So well-mannered, punctuality, and I really do think that they're offering a great service because these guys have all this background of experience, and you've just found the best people, put it together, and started shaking your heads together between the directors to create something that is unique, something more fun, basically. Because at the end of the day, driving to your wedding day on a pink limo is cool. I
Yeah.
mean, where have I've never actually seen a bride. Like, I've seen the traditional Maltese bus, I've seen the traditional bridal car, but I need to see one of the, a bride coming in with
Yeah,
a with
yeah,
the
yeah.
so you need to take a video for us now, Charlene, so we'll be able to see it for
Definitely,
everyone.
definitely. Yeah.
I think that's about it. We've covered all the topic agendas. I do have somebody here on a watch party that has said hello, but I don't think it shows so much. So thank you very much for watching, and hi to you as well. Charlene, do you have any final words for us?
So thanks to you, Alberta, for giving us this opportunity. And to all our viewers, if you have any questions, please let us know. Send us an email or on our Facebook page. We'll be more than happy to assist you. Um, um, That's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Super. No, thank you very much for finding the time because I know you do have very, very busy days at the moment with everything that's happening. So you're postponing, moving, getting your new bookings and everything, and making sure that you're going around with all the protocols. Guys, for all our viewers as well to know, as soon as this live show ends, we will be linking it to the Luxe Limos profile on Get Hitched. So you will be able to look at the Q&A even when looking at their profile. Their profile is already linked to this live show. So in the description, there is about Lux Limos, and you'll be able to see the link there. As always, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Charlene. I'm going to wave you goodbye now. It was nice to see you, and I hope to see you soon
Thank you.
again.
Same here. Thank you. Thanks.
Good job. There you have it, guys. As always, thank you very much for everyone that is watching the shows. Um, I just want to point something out for everyone. Next week we are going to be on shutdown, so we will not be having the shows, and we will return back on the week of the 17th. We're keeping a pattern of every Tuesday and every Friday, where one show is on Evently and one show is on Get Hitched, and then we'll see what is happening and we'll see if we'd like to increase them or so. As always, if you have any questions, comments, need any help, anything at all, you can feel free to contact us. We're here to help. Here to help you even connect with the suppliers that will be vetting and checking so that we can get these shows for you here and give you professional suppliers for your events. Be it if you're using Get Hitched for your wedding or Evently for any event that you are planning, staff party, graduation, anniversary, birthday party, and even just get togethers between the family at the moment. Um, Thank you very much again, guys. I'm going to wave you goodbye, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye bye.